Hello everyone, welcome to the final lesson of the WTGQ 9x9 Mastery course. In this lesson, we will look at how to play openings. In this lesson, we'll talk about how we play middle games and how to play basic endgames, and some simple patterns you should learn about. Let's say both players start off with a very solid opening, both get 2 corners, and black decides to secure the right side territory. Something like this happen. Okay, let me make it a little bit cleaner. Let's have black play this move, just so there's no AI such as like a h5, 2-5 kind of move for the AI. Let's say both players get into this kind of situation. It is a standstill. Black has a right side territory, white has a left side territory. Now it is time to decide where on the board is the biggest area to take for white. So we're going to play for white and for black. Biggest area I mean by open area. So can your opponent go into your territory, or can you go into your opponent's territory? That's the biggest area. The second biggest area is invadable territory. Is your territory invadable? If it's a yes, that's very big, and if you secure it, you get rid of any invasion threats. And number 3, you take and occupy the shared areas. So what I mean by this is, look at this position. Black can actually jump into white's territory with a knight move, a basic shape. What should white do? In this position, if white wants to defend this area, white can use a one-space jump, defend his left side territory. And once again, in this position, white's territory is completely secure, and it's black's turn to find the next biggest move on the board. Is black's territory invadable? Not really. Is black's territory able to be entered by white? Black's territory can be entered by white. White can jump into g9 or attach and enter black's territory. So in this position, black has a few choices. Black can either defend the territory over here or take another area of the board and threaten white a little bit. This one, we call that move a bit passive because it is defending and not creating an initiative. So to create an initiative, black can consider using a knight move. And this move threatens to enter white's territory with this move on the next turn. So as long as white doesn't threaten this turn, let's say white plays somewhere else, black can enter and break white's territory apart. So this is a great way for black to handle this position. Now, for white can block. So if white blocks over here, this is pretty basic and standard stuff. Black can go over here, threaten to enter white's territory one more time. So these are all forcing moves. They're all the moves that create initiative, the moves that create a response from your opponent. Now, black can play another move in this position by using the bend. This move actually secures this area of the territory, and then it also threatens to Atari and Atari this one white's turn. So if black gets this A, white gets B, black can push into white's territory. Let me show you. So if white doesn't respond, black can Atari at A, threaten this turn. If white doesn't save it, then black just gets a stone for free. And this is a good result for black. But if white saves the stone, black can even push into white's territory, and see, right now black has completely reduced and taken white's corner territory. If white connects, then black can consider, okay, defending this area. Let's go on with this game. What is the next biggest place on the board for both players? Well, for white, it is this area. This is a shared area or a common area. To take the endgame, you need to make sure here is the endgame. To take the endgame and play a very efficient endgame, you need to make sure that white is actually making a move that is bigger than the next area of the board, and they're taking like a shared empty space. This part is empty, so white can play a nice move. part is also empty. White can play a diagonal move. But you see the difference. The difference is this move is on the first line, whereas this move on the second line. So occupying second line move is much better than taking a first line move. So white can play this move. Black blocks. White can save the stone by going back. Black can take this move. White blocks. Black can take this move. White push. Black block. White Atari the stone. Black next. These are all endgames moves. So endgame is about like when all the second line and third line has been played and you're left with the first line endgame. Endgame is about like 1, 2 to 3 points per move. But when the second line endgame is open, the second line endgame can be worth up to 6 to 8 points per move. That's like the value of one endgame move. So let's let white play this move. Black push. White can Atari here first, exchanges Atari, block, and black save his weakness in his territory. And white play this move. Now this game is finished, and we can count up the points. Let's use a score estimator. And in this position, white wins the game by 1.5 points. So both players have no territory. Both players have no captures. White has 24 points. Black has 29 points. And after 6.5 points coming, white wins the game by 1.5 points. Extremely close game. I hope you guys enjoyed this example. And in the next example, I will show you guys a more chaotic and a fighting style game.